What is going on, everybody? Brick Builder here, and welcome to a brand new iCraft SMP episode. And today we have some plans for what we're going to be doing. We're going to be working on our brand new shop on the server. It's going to be a pretty cool idea. I think we're going to be making a nether shop this season as our first shop, just because nobody else has claimed anything with the nether, and there's a lot of valuable things the nether holds that we can sell. So we're definitely going to take all of that into account. Specifically quartz. That is the probably most valuable block you can get out of it. But also we have so much netherrack left over from our beautiful project of the nether castle, which we kind of scrapped a little bit earlier on, and then we probably should have, but we scrapped it very early on anyway. But what we can do with all this netherrack is we can turn it into nether brick, red nether brick, etc. We're going to make a ton of really cool stuff with it. And it's just going to overall really work out nicely, I think, to make a nether shop so early on. And the big thing we're going to have to figure out throughout this episode is I'm going to be thinking about the pricing for everything, because we got to set our prices right. You know what I mean? They can't be too high, but they can't be too low either. It's definitely important we get all of that situated. So let's go ahead and do just that by getting all this netherrack thrown into the basement section here, which also I did add for blocks such as all my cobblestone stones and stuff. I built this thing off camera just so we would have a tiny bit more of, you know, actual space to do what we want to do when it comes to, you know, materials. We're going to have an excess quantities that won't really fit up here anymore, because that was more temporary storage. Now we need to go bigger with storage for certain items. So cobblestone and stone and stuff will get moved down there in the future, but we also have all these nether blocks as well. So there's a pretty large quantity of these things, but what we're gonna do is we are gonna go grab all our materials, and I'll see you over at the shopping district. Alrighty, so here we pop out at the shopping district. Now at the time of recording this, there's not too many shops set up. So that means that we can go ahead and snag the prime real estate, which would be somewhere right around the portal. I'm personally thinking for my nether shop that somewhere like maybe right next to the Guardian Farm could actually work out pretty nice. This is the Guardian Farm shop built by Blocksworth, so we're going to go ahead and use this area right next to it, just because that seems like some pretty prime real estate, because you got to pick a good location on the map for a good shop such as my own, because, you know, we want to get as many customers as possible, and you definitely get more customers if you're towards the front, just because more people will see your spot. And you know what I mean? It's all about the most eyes on your product. So if we're going to be selling this stuff, it's going to be important. Now, I did grab a ton more shulker boxes and started filling them up with all of the different nether stuff we're going to be selling, as well as different building materials we can use to build our nether shop. Since I have no idea at all how we're going to be building this thing, I just know that we have a bit of work to do before this thing gets finished. So I'm going to go ahead and terraform the land up, because the land that we want is not exactly the most ideal, like land terraforming wise, but spot wise it's such a gorgeous spot. So I definitely want it to myself if I can claim it already, claim my stake on it. And we're going to build up our nether shop right here once we get the ground all situated, all laid out. We don't have too much left to do, it just has to be flattened and such, and then over here needs to be covered a bit more. So we're going to go ahead and do this. I should really get a shulker box and just leave it full of dirt, because I have so much dirt, and in the future doing something like this would be a whole lot easier if I didn't actually have to grab dirt. But we'll be okay regardless. But there are a few shops being made. We've already got the area you come out of decorated and stuff, so this is the first shop on the server. If you guys have any ideas for other shops, make sure to let me know, because I need to set up whatever shops I want to do kind of quickly, because on iCraft you can only set up a shop that other people aren't doing. So like if somebody else is doing already, like for say the Guardian Farm, I can't do my own Guardian Farm as well, which I mean I totally rate, which is kind of one of the reasons we're setting up our nether farm so early on in the season. Usually I wouldn't get a shop up this early on in an SMP, but I feel like iCraft is one of those things where we got to go fast, so speed is going to be a thing we do here. But we have claimed the nether shop for our own. We need to come up with some cool ideas for how we're gonna build this thing. I don't know yet, which is a bit of an issue. I probably should figure out what I want to build. Like this, like Blocksworth here, he built a chest. It's a giant dark oak chest that holds all of his stuff, which is really cool. And if we walk inside, you'll see, like if you look from the sky, if I can actually fly, there we go, you'll see. If you see, look, it's a chest giant with the giant top area. Here we can land on that actually because it's water. and then we can just jump on down. If you come in here, this is his place, and it costs 1 diamond for a stack of anything, or 32 iron, or 32 gold. So it's pretty cool. It has tons of different stuff, not in any of these, of course, but in all of these chests, you got tons of stuff. Sea lanterns, etc. All sorts of really awesome stuff. So that is definitely cool. And we will definitely be making use of that shop throughout the season, I can tell you that much, because I'm going to want some of that type of stuff for sure for building projects and just to have, etc. So, yeah. But now we're going to just dip away at a little bit of this here, and then I'm going to go ahead and kind of figure out what I want to do for this shop, and then I will dip on back once I have my idea all planned out. Alright, so I just placed down the bare bone basic here, but what we're going to do is we're going to have red nether brick outlining these two structures, and this is going to be a taller tower, and this is going to be more of a little side panel location. I don't really know 100% what I'm going in for. I'm just kind of going in for it and seeing what ends up happening. But I think we have a pretty good idea, and in my head it looks a lot better than it does now. But once we give it a little bit of time, the nether shop should really be coming to fruition, and I think it's going to be very interesting to see a shop like this style, just because personally I don't see too many builds in this sort of esque design, just because it's less of a building style and more of just a non-traditional thing, you know what I mean? But we are going to need to sleep very soon, so there is a bed here, thankfully, that we can just go ahead and use to get through the night. But first, we're going to have to connect. This is, here we go, this needs to be connected right here, a lot across the top. And then we're also going to need to make stairs of nether brick. So let me grab a ton more nether brick. Also, that giant chest of coal is just here in case we decide we need any coal. Where are all my nether bricks at? They're, of course, back here. Alright, we have a fair chunk of those. But let's quickly sleep away the night before zombies come and take me over. And then we're going to get working on this thing a little bit more. So I think we're going to use stairs for this part, because we want to make a gradual staircase going upward on this segment of the nether farm. And one side is going to be storage and the other side is going to be payment. So that way you can easily handle all of that stuff without me having to be physically on the server at all times, because obviously people want to make their purchases when I might not be online. So that is a thing we got to be aware of. And we're going to have to just mine up here. No big deal. You know what? Now, let's get here. So right now what we're going to do is we're going to throw this here. And yes, this one here will be a little bit bizarre, but all the other ones it'll work out okay. Because then right up here is going to be a level of this. Why did I break? I broke the wrong thing. Okay. This is going to need to be placed right. I cannot place stairs for the life of me. But this is going to be placed out like so. Maybe this, yeah, this needs to be slabs actually, because this is going to be a too high roof, like in height wise, if it's not slabs, because we want it to be a slope that's really gradual and not a huge overall focus of the build. And because this is supposed to be the low side, and if we have that giant roof gauging out of there, you know, gouging out, it's going to be terrible. So we do not want that at all. We want a nice, like, steady increase here, which is what we're going to get using this instead. So I rate this, actually. This will look much better once it's done, this entire project. I don't really know. Again, not really going into it with much planning. I don't usually plan out my builds all that much, although the port city is going to be getting a fair amount of planning just because I don't want to screw it up. But we're going to go like something like this. And right now it's actually working out pretty nicely. The tower side is going to be something that's going to be a little bit harder because we have to get the sizing right. Like, I mean, we're not going to have something as monumental as that for the nether shop right now, just because it doesn't need to be as big. We still have the prime real estate, which is, you know, crucial to any shop success. Like, you know, location is crucial in any business. So if you're thinking about forming a business, make sure you get a good location for it, because location will decide everything. All right, so now we're gonna go like that, and then up here is gonna get more of this type setup here, and then we go like that and get this going across here, which will look pretty good if you ask me. But now these side elements here need to be filled in, so let's go ahead and fill all of that, and then we're gonna need to place slabs here to get that filled in as well. The same thing goes on this side here. We got to get all the slabbage filled in. Alright, and there we go, something like that. And then we go to here, and then we're gonna go up to, and then we're gonna do the same thing over yonder, and then from there we go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, and then come down there. Come down like that. Alrighty, now, these need to be broken. Those are not meant to be there. So then if you come on down, it looks a little something like that. It doesn't look perfect yet for sure, but it will once we get done. And actually, I don't even know if I like the added red nether brick that we threw up here. This isn't really necessary. It just kind of adds a ton of, in my opinion, stupid detail. So, because stupid detail, you don't want to overdo detail whenever you build. So we're going to get rid of some of this because I really want the slope to still be something you notice. And I don't feel like you notice the slope as much. But we're going to go something like that. That'll work out okay. And I guess we'll do something like that. Yeah, we'll get the Rampart-esque type thing here going like so. Alright, but that's going to do that area nicely. I think that'll work out. Okay, good stuff. It's pretty weird of a design, but we're going to keep it. We're just going to go with it, run with the wind, and see what ends up happening. You know what I mean. So let's get these on down here. And now we still have more work to do on this area, obviously. So doorway can go right here. I think that'll work out nicely. Those should not be like that, but we're going to go kadunk, kadunk, kadunk. And the same thing here with the 3 of those. Just gives a little bit of depth in the wall, because any sort of added depth is definitely a yes at this point. All right, now, boom, 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 boom. And I misplaced that, but there we go. Let me see, where's the misplaced one at? Right there. Pick you up. All right. And we got a little bit more stuff back here to cover up. And then this first wall should be pretty good as far as coverage goes. Alright, now we need to add some windows. And the best way to add windows in this are going to be the nether brick fences, which truthfully are going to kind of blend in a little bit more than I would like. But I don't want to use glass just because it's not really a nether material. So it doesn't make as much sense. So like over here, we're going to throw those in there. Just that's not what I wanted to do. We're going to go boom and throw just a tiny one, just one for now. All right, and then over here we got this. Get this broken out. Go 3 there. Go 1, 2, 3, and then we're gonna get rid of our firework rocket in our inventory. Go like that, and do the same as said plan over here. Also, I know I don't have full stock of some items that we're going to need inside the shop, so I will be getting those off camera and in between episodes and just replenishing the stock of the shop up, of course, throughout the season. So that is a thing we're going to need to do, and especially with the quartz, we probably want to start doing that sooner rather than later, just because the other players might try to, you know, haggle some quartz out of the nether. Obviously, it makes sense that they're going to want quartz, but we want them to buy it from the shop. So the only way to really make them so they have to buy it from the shop is by mining out all the quartz. So we are going to have to just become the mogul of the nether straight up and just mine pretty much all the nether's stuff up, you know what I mean? It's sad, but it's true, and truthfully we're gonna do it because we need to. So we're gonna grab a ton of quartz, of course, over the next few days. Now then we go with this, and then we just fill this all in here with that, and then to break this whole thing up we go boom and boom. Alrighty, next we're gonna dip over here. I'm gonna figure out what height I want the tower, and then I'll come back. I say we shoot for however high this is here. I think this will work out as far as height goes quite nicely because it's slightly taller, but it's not too outlandishly taller that it's gonna be like really crazy height, because we don't want the tower to be too nuts, you know what I mean? We want it to be noticeable, but not like insane. And okay, now we're gonna fall, because now we have to do these red here, get the red nether brick outlining, which is just going to give some contrast to the deep purple nether brick, which of course, not that it looks bad or anything, but kind of getting a mix of colors is definitely a yes inside of a nether build, because you're pretty limited already in colors. You got reds and you got, you know, purples, and we technically could use white for quartz, and we're going to throw a little bit of quartz up on this build by referencing a quartz thingy-mabob up at the top here. You'll see what I mean in just a second, because that's what we're going to be placing up on the top of this here, which will look hopefully pretty good once it's completed. So now we're gonna go like this, fill this in here, and just fill all of that, and then we're gonna throw these over and around like so. But then up here we're gonna have a quartz setup type thingy. This is gonna use a fair chunk of quartz actually up, but as I said, we'll be mining up a ton of quartz to kind of own all the quartz in the nether. Plus we get XP out of it, so it is definitely worth it. So we'll be doing that. And let's get on up here. That's never... Oh gosh. Okay, we are very good at flying the elytra, if you haven't noticed. We gotta get up here. Come on. Just land it. Please stick the landing. Landing has been sticked. Alright, now go like this. And we're gonna go around here. And yes, we are not filling this thing in. That would absolutely be nuts. 1, 2, 3. We're going for this high. Just a quartz little structure and at the top here. Just so people know, quartz is one of the main things we're selling here, because I want quartz to be a focus point of the plan, just because quartz is probably one of the more wanted blocks, in my opinion, from what you can get out of the nether. So that's going to be one of the things we're going to be doing, especially because it can't really be found in as high quantities. So we're going to be going for quartz as a big priority in the shop. That's going to be one of the main things we sell type setup. So let's get all of this in there. And here we go. Beautiful. Now let's get just down in here. We don't have any torches. Never mind. I was going to say we can light this thing up. But truthfully, I don't even care if mobs spawn in it. You know what I mean? Like, whatever. As long as they don't really... It's not going to be too big of a deal. Because, like, nobody's going to be up here anyway. So, like, it's not... We're not going to worry about blow-ups type dealio. So, yeah. Now we got that. If you head on down to the ground, you can kind of see it taking a little bit of shape. I mean, it's still very interesting. Kind of got a weird shape to it. But it's not, like, completely terrible. It definitely works out okay. Up here, we're going to go boom, boom, boom. Just to fix that. I think we have to do that on the back as well. The back end of the build could use that as well. So, let's get those up in here added on. But it is nighttime once again. But let us quickly first get some more of the nether brick. Where's all my nether brick at? We're running pretty low on nether brick. So I think what we're going to do is we might set up some furnaces. Actually, we got 16 furnaces here. We're going to go ahead and just smelt up 16 stacks straight up of the netherrack, because we're going to definitely use a ton of this stuff. Whether we use it or we sell it, etc., it's still going to be used at some point is the focus. Alright, so let's get these up in here. Start filling up each of these furnaces so that they can start cooking up bricks out of the netherrack, because we have so much netherrack that we can sell that honestly we might as well do this, because who is going to want netherrack? You know what I mean? Like, that's not like a huge selling material. It's just pretty much the entire nether's made of it. So yeah, it's just not going to make a lot of money, if any money, to be honest. Alright, here we go. And let's just get these on up in here. Alright, boom. Keep on going like so. And boom, and boom. Alright, then we can sleep. And then we can get started on working on the tower, getting the walls filled in, and then we have to get the interior decorated, because the interior needs to be designed up as well. But I think the shop is definitely coming along, which is definitely a nice setup for sure. So let's just sleep through the night, and then we will see what sort of progress we make. I do like the quartz on the top. I think it does work out nicely. The thing is, this building is going to look better from further away rather than closer, because the closer you get to it, the quartz is going to be more like out of focus and such, just because of the sheer distance you're gonna be from it. And let's go something like that. And then the same thing over here. I want to like go like this, because we are gonna have to put some detail into these walls. Over here, this is gonna be broken outward, because this is an interior wall. Go like that, yes. All right. And here, this needs to be built up as well. But we're definitely making progress. I like this a lot. The progress that's being made is definitely good progress. So I rate it. Now let's just get that on. And here we go. A little bit over here now. And we're almost out of nether brick. But we're not out of nether brick yet. We still have 8 left. Oh my goodness. See, this is what I was saying. We are pretty much out of nether brick. That is definitely a bad thing to have run out of. But we can always make a ton more. And actually, there might be some in here. There's technically some in there, I guess. Oh, we have a stack here. Okay, good. So we're not totally screwed right now. We have a ton left. A stack. That'll work out for now. Go like this. Okay. Now, this wall here, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And, come on. Let me place you. 10. Boom. That's the plan. Oh gosh, okay, this is gonna be a little bit weird here to actually get out and in of that one, but good thing that's only happening to the front there with that design. The rest is just gonna straight up be slabs, and the reason we're doing the slabs is so we get some light inside of the build. It'll help add a little bit of color, hopefully, and just some more see-through areas, which we want. Okay, these need to be placed on the top edge of every block, which is tough to actually tell because of how many brick textures there are, but it won't be impossible. So we will figure, oh gosh, get rid of those. And dunk. That's not good. You want to make sure they're on the top or on the bottom. I don't even know, honestly, if they're tops or bottoms at this point. Yeah, it's tops. Okay, good. Now going down is a lot easier than going up it. No, not a dirt block there. That's not really good building if you ask me. Dirt, we're not selling dirt at this place. That would be an interesting shop, but not for me. So, yeah, okay, there we go. I like that front. It works. But then on all the other sides, it's going to be really boring with just full blocks being filled in here. Just because you're not really going to even look on the sides all that much, so it's not really worth dedicating time towards really decorating these walls up, you know what I mean? And of course we left one spot. That's just, oh gosh. No. Okay, elytra flight, please work out for me. Let's land on top of the chest. That's not landing on top of the chest. We'll figure out how to fly this elytra someday. Ooh, right there. All right, now parkour time. There we go. How are we gonna do this one? Dang it, I missed it. All right, we got to figure this out. But I'm gonna go ahead, work on these walls, wait for some netherrack, and then netherrack to smelt into another brick, and then we will come back and get back to work on the shop. Alrighty, we're back now. We've got some nether brick, but what we're doing right now is we're filling in the roof because I don't want this roof to be visible. Now I know there's a decent amount of spawnable areas in this build, but that shouldn't hopefully be an issue, just because I don't really think people are going to be coming in here and ending up, you know, going in any of those areas anyway, and I personally don't plan on ever going back to them, so that'll be a situation we shouldn't have to worry about or deal with ever, pretty much. But we got something like this going. And that's going to be the entrance into this part. Now, it's super dark in here. Like, really, really dark. Over here, not as much, but in here, definitely dark. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up a little bit by doing this. Just so we can get a little bit of light in here. Because that will definitely help liven this area up a bit. And then also, we got to throw stairs. Where's the other stair? I don't even know. We're just going to craft more nether brick stairs because we have a little bit of brick here. So we can do this because I want to add this on the ground there. Just a little simple change, but it does really pull together a lot better if you have it, so that'll work. And then yeah, for the floor we're going with netherrack just because we haven't really used the bright pink netherrack anywhere in this build, and I do want that to be incorporated. Next, we need a ton of chests. So where are all my chests? Did I bring chests or no? I don't know if I brought chests or not. I'm going to go with no, so we're just going to make a bunch. We're going to need more than what this can give us though. So let's go ahead and actually grab more wood. Let's take like 32 wood. See how many this can make us. Can this make us enough? I don't know if 23 will even be enough, but we'll see. So what we're going to do is throw this over here. That doesn't work. We're going to throw payment over here. That'll be payment, and one will tell you the book of how much everything costs. Over here, we're going to have a chest over. Actually, we're going to throw all the chests on this wall. Actually, let's go with that. Yeah, that'll work. Throw all the chests up on this wall. I like it. Now, yes, there's an opening there I still have to figure out what we're doing with, but I will discover what we're going to do with that very soon. So, yeah, we'll go like that. Beautiful. And then let's get up to the top here and go with something along the lines of that. And then we can even jump up here right now and do something with up here because we still need to fill this in. So we can go ahead and fill all of this in right now. Just get it all filled in beautifully here, nice and pretty. And that does actually make it a little bit darker in here, but darkness is to be expected in another shop because, you know, we're selling nether items, so it's to be expected. But now we have a ton of signs to place down and such like that. So I'm going to go ahead and place down the signs off camera just because I'm not 100% sure what I want to write just yet. So I'll come back to you guys and we'll read the signs once that has been situated. Since this episode has already been running on very long, what we're going to do is I'm just going to show you guys the prices and stuff, and then off camera I will stock all this up and we'll have like pretty full chest of stuff. I don't know how full they'll be, but here are the prices for everything. For 64 quartz blocks, it costs 3 diamonds. For 64 nether brick, it's going to cost 1 diamond. For 3 stacks of netherrack, it's going to cost 1 diamond. For a stack of red nether brick, it's going to cost 2 diamond. And for 64 glowstone, it's going to cost 3 diamonds, because glowstone's very difficult to obtain. I also added some torches there, just so we have a little bit of light in there. So that's going to come in handy, but the payment chest is going to go there. But off camera, I'm going to get all this stuff situated in the nether shop. But if you guys did enjoy today's episode and thought it was fire, get it because it's the nether. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. I do appreciate it. And hopefully this prime real estate business will take off on the iCraft server. Let's see if we're going to become the next business mogul on the server. But I'll see you guys in another episode. Thank you so much for watching.